now going to touch the pad. Everybody in the world fused. Yeah. Oh, hang on, we've got a phone call. Hello?
Hi, Daddy. Can you come pick me up from Queenstown, please?
Is this Charlotte?
Yep.
Charlotte, what do you mean pick you up from Queenstown? What's going on?
Can you come pick me up from Queenstown? Because none of my stuff fits in my car and it's a really long drive and I can't be bothered to drive.
You mean you bought more things in Queenstown and you can't get them all in the car to get back to Auckland? Is that right?
No. So you have to come pick me up.
Oh, do you know how far Queenstown is from Auckland?
No, but come pick me up.
It's going to be about a 3,500 kilometre road trip.
You can do it. You've got this.
Excellent! Okay, well, to hell with the Makita. I'm on my way. See you soon. All right, darling. Bye.
Bye.
Morning, crew. Andy Mechanic here, and it's the start of day 3 on this epic adventure, road trip, call it what you like, to go and rescue Charlotte from Queenstown, together with her little Suzuki Alto that she drove down from Auckland. Doesn't have time to drive it back, and it's a long, long way in a 660cc engined vehicle. 3 cylinders, that's all it has, and it's an automatic, so it's very, very slow. Anyway, we are here now in Gore. Remember last night we pulled into Balclutha, and there's a whole new story about that. I got there, got the vehicle unloaded off the trailer, called the hotel, no answer. Oh, that's a bit odd. So fortunately it wasn't too far away, so I went down to the hotel, banged on the door, no answer. Looked through the window, peered through the window, rubbed the dirt off the glass, peered through the window, and there was nobody there at reception. So I tried ringing again and again and again, and then just gave up and made alternative arrangements. So thank you very much, Jordan and Alistair, for putting me up last night. Do appreciate it. It was way too early this morning to film. Went for some breakfast and then hit the road, and here we are in sunny Gore. On the way to Queenstown. I've got about another 2 hours of driving to go, and it is already 9:15. As always, behind schedule. Such is life. Anyway, I suppose I should hit the road and get on with this, and go and find Charlie Chalk. See you later, crew. Okay, we've got a 167 kilometres still to go, and the car tells me that should take me 2 hours and 8 minutes. The only problem is, it's 9:20, which means we're going to roll in at 11:30 into Queenstown, providing I have 0 stops. And of course, that's not taking into account that I've got a trailer on the back, so I can't do the 100 k's an hour legal speed limit. I'm restricted to 90 kilometers an hour, so we really are running a bit late. It's probably about 45 minutes behind schedule. That's going to mean we're going to arrive into Nelson tonight, probably way after midnight. That's allowing a couple of stops along the way. Jeez, chasing my tail every day. Crazy. Right, let's hunker down and knock out those Ks. Hey Siri, tell me a joke.
What do you call a talking dinosaur? Thesaurus.
Hey Siri, tell me a joke.
Here's one for the kiddos. What did the hat say to the scarf? You hang around here. I'll go on ahead.
Oh, funny. Hey Siri, tell me a joke.
I just realized it's been years since I did the hokey pokey. I guess I forgot what it's all about.
Lame. One more. Hey Siri, tell me a joke.
Which one of King Arthur's knights built the round table? Circumference.
Alright, one more. Seems that was a good one. Hey Siri, tell me a joke.
If you get heartburn every time you eat birthday cake, try taking the candles off.
Who writes this stuff? Hey Siri, what's 0 divided by 0?
Imagine that you have 0 cookies and you split them evenly among 0 friends. How many cookies does each person get? See, it doesn't make sense. And Cookie Monster is sad that there are no cookies. And you are sad that you have no friends.
Aww. Lumsden. Turn right in 1 kilometre. So what's in Lumsden then? School? Speed limit. There we go. Do we get a smiley face? No smiley face? Oh. Turning right at this T-junction. Signpost Queenstown. And we're 107 kilometres away. That's not bad. We're doing alright. We're doing alright. Man, we've got a long, long way to go up to Nelson. Okay, 99 kilometres to a roundabout.
A construction site boss was interviewing men for a job when along came Murphy. The boss thought, I'm not hiring that lazy Mick, so he decided to set Murphy a test, hoping he wouldn't be able to answer the questions, and he'd be able to refuse him the job without getting into an argument. The first question was, without using numbers, represent the number 9. Murphy says, that's easy, and proceeds to draw 3 trees. The boss says, what the hell is that? Murphy says, well, tree and tree and tree makes 9. Fair enough, says the boss. Second question, same rules, but this time you need to represent the number 99. Murphy stares into space for a while, and then makes a smudge on each tree. There you go, sir, he says. The boss scratches his head and says, how on earth did you get that to represent 99? Murphy says, well, each tree's dirty now, so it's dirty tree, and dirty tree, and dirty tree, that's 99. The boss is getting worried. He's going to have to hire him. So he says, alright, one more question. Same rules again, but this time represent the number 100. Murphy stares into space for a long time this time. And finally, he shouts, I got it. He makes a little mark at the base of each tree and says, there you go, sir, 100. The boss looks at Murphy's attempt and thinks, ha! Got him this time. Go on, Murphy. You must be crazy if you think that represents 100. Murphy leans forward and points to the marks at the tree bases and says, a little dog comes along and craps by each tree. So now you got oh shit. Dirty tree and a turd, dirty tree and a turd, dirty tree and a turd, which makes 100. When do I start my job? That's awesome.
Yep, we're coming into Athol. 80. Oh, we're doing 18, that's right. So, what's in Athol? What's the cafe? Let's get us a coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Right, we're in Athol, pulled in for a coffee, and it's time for me to put on a Christmas present that Charlotte got me, which is this sweater. She's going to go mental if I don't wear it because she bought me ages ago, I think it was this Christmas just gone when she came back from Canada, and it'd be nice for her to see me wearing it. So maybe I should undo the buttons first. Oh man, so it's goodbye Andy Mechanic shirt for a while. I should really take the shirt off, shouldn't I? It's bloody cold, so there we go. Get used to it. Make Charlotte happy. Okay, let's head inside, grab a coffee, have a cigarette, comfort break, and then get that last little bit done up to Queenstown. And the temperature's it's dropping. It's getting colder. Sure is. Okay, crew. See you inside. Ooh, we got some stuff in here, look. Couldn't resist. It's Mrs. Mechanic's birthday today, so I'm trying to hide the price tag. We got Mrs. Mechanic one of these, little wheatie bag. She gets really cold in the night time in the winter time, so I got one of these. And obviously Mrs. Mechanic birthday card, and couldn't resist. Got myself one of these because you got to buy new tools, haven't you? So we got one of these little Manor Road Bushman's tools, and it is, can't believe the price, super cheap, $27.50. Way too cheap, people. Right, and here it is. Ta-da! It's got a hammer, a little mini axe and knife and lots of other gizmos and gadgets. I think it tells you on the back. Look at that, there you are, look, rather than pull it all out. So you should get yourself one of these, and they sell them, probably get them online, but you can also get them from the Hyde Cafe. Now they're not a sponsor, but it's nice to support these rural businesses whenever you can, and this was way too cheap. So get yours bought now before they put the price up. Not a sponsor though. Okay, as always, we are way behind schedule now. So hopefully there's not too many police around. We've got to put the hammer down and try and catch up again. See you later. Hello, Charlie Chalk.
Hello, Daddy.
Hi, darling. It's very unlike me, but I'm running late. Normally I don't run late.
That's fine.
I've got about 50 minutes to go, according to the car, but it doesn't know I've got a trailer, so it's probably going to be more likely about looking at the clock, be about 12 o'clock by the time I get there. Now, just planning ahead. Now, but remember, I've got a trailer on, and I need to load the little blue car. Can I get in front of your house with the trailer?
Well, we figured we'd be driving a bit before we go on the trailer.
Oh, okay, cool. All right then.
So we're fine with doing that.
Yeah.
And then just putting on the trailer when we need to.
Okay. So, so did you buy Reggio for the car, or did that not run out?
That's not run out yet. I think Adam bought more like a couple months ago, so it's like fine.
Perfect. Okay. So with your bicycles, just to plan, we're going to put the bicycles in the back of the ute, but it's got a canopy over it, like a flat piece over the top of the tray.
Yeah.
So there's only about a 2-foot gap in height between the bottom of the tray and the top of the tray. So with your bicycles, can you loosen the steering stem and turn the handlebars 90 degrees so that they're parallel to the front wheel, and then that way the bike lays a lot more flat? Can you do that before I get there? And then they're all ready to put in. Is that all right? And what else?
Yeah.
What else have you got to put in the ute?
In the ute, 2 big suitcases, a little box, food. It's got food in, like quite a few bin bags of it's just got our bedding in.
Oh yes, yeah, that'll be all right.
What else? Let me just look. We have like a desk chair, but like if that fits, then great. If it doesn't fit, then we can just leave it. It's not really a big deal. And we also have a bike rack, like a thing to go on the back of.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, well, we can get all that in. The chair will probably go on the back seat inside the cab in the ute, and then when we put the car on the trailer, we can put the chair inside the car.
Yeah.
So that'll be all right. That'll work. Yeah, you don't want to leave it behind if it's any good.
Well, Adam was just saying maybe we should just put the car in the trailer straight away since we've got a long way to go, eh?
We have got it's about a 12-hour drive to Nelson.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, the hotel that I've booked, we've got a room. Now, I don't know how many beds is in the room, so I might have to sleep on the floor.
No, we'll sleep on the floor. That's fine. You're not bed. You're going to be the one driving.
No.
Yeah, you're going to be the one driving. And we have heaps of bedding, so we can make a bed on the floor in the hotel room.
All right. Now,
that's fine.
Okay, now we're going to have to be a little bit stealth when we go up to the room, that's all, because there's going to be 3 of us in the room, and I think we're only supposed to have 2 people maximum.
Well, that's okay. I mean, like...
But we can make it work. It's not...
Me and you could go up. Yeah, like, we'll figure it out. Like.
Yeah, it'd be easy. I'll just get 2 key cards, and then we're all good.
Yeah.
Okay, and we've got to leave in the morning. We've got to leave at 5. Very early, because we've got to check in at the ferry by 7, because the ferry sails at 8.
So we have a timed ferry then?
Well, that's the time we're booked on, and the problem is...
flexi sale?
It is. If for some reason we have a breakdown or we can't make it, say if it's really icy in the morning or something, then we won't be able to go as quick. Then we can. Then the next ferry, I think it's the Blue Bridge ferries, so you can check out the next sailing time. I think it's about 1 o'clock.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, because there are huge
Not that
gaps.
often.
Now, if we get the 1 o'clock ferry, then we're not going to get into Wellington until about 5.
Right.
And then we've got a 7-hour drive home, so we're not going to get home till about midnight. That's the problem. So I really want to get on that 8 o'clock ferry if I can.
Yeah, we'll definitely try. I mean, tonight's just going to be the big one.
It is. You just got to keep me awake. That's the important thing.
Adam said he's kind of happy to drive with the trailer on, like, if it's not too tricky.
Yeah, but I
if you want to brake.
I don't think he's insured because it's a company car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they'll get a bit grumpy if there was an accident or something. But no, I appreciate the offer, and if I do get really, really tired, then that's the safe thing to do. So they'd have to just suck it up. But
I mean, it'll be fine. Like he's not going to drive as fast as you or anything, but we'll do it.
Yeah, well, you're limited to 90 anyway with the trailer. That's one of the other problems. You can't go very fast in the trailer.
Yeah.
But we'll sort it out. So yeah, I'll be with you about 12 o'clock.
Okay.
All right.
It's really funny because you know how the property managers aren't really property managers. The people who are moving in after us, they're here, waiting to move in, and it's like, we paid until midnight tonight to be here, like to move out. And also, how are you supposed to check that we've cleaned the room if you move people in without even checking it? Like, I'm just so like furious, but I'm laughing too much to care. Like,
yeah, that's not a very nice thing to do. They should certainly at least wait until the next day to move in.
Like, they're just hovering around. Like, okay, so we had curtains in our window, but like we took them down because we bought the curtains, so we're taking them with us.
Yes.
And like she's literally just looking at me right now through the window, like waiting, and I'm like, go away.
Jeez. That's not.
It's really awkward. Like they just, everyone wants to go away. Like we've paid to be here until midnight tonight.
It's a shame you haven't got. Have you got a lock on your door? You haven't, have you? Or you have?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
It's like
they haven't knocked on the door or anything like that.
It's like
they're just looking at it.
It's like you want to lock the door and then go and take the key down to a local nightclub and put it behind the bar and say, "Release this at midnight, please."
Yeah.
Assholes.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
It is. Don't worry about it. We've got a whole big adventure about to start shortly, so we'll focus on that.
Okay. Well, Adam's just gonna get the toolbox, so we'll get on with the bikes now.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Thank you. All right, I'll see you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye, darling. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Any more policemen around? Perchance? Hello. Hotline.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I had an idea because Henry's going on the back of the trailer.
Yeah.
Could we put the bike rack on Henry and then put my bike on the bike rack? And that would save like a lot of space.
Yes, you can. You can do that. As long as
because Adam's bike's more expensive, so that can like go in the ute thing. But mine's
Yeah, that'll work. Just make sure it's strapped on really well. That's all. Because we won't be able to see it very well. But yeah, do that. That's a good. That's a good idea. Excellent.
Okay. So we don't need to like do anything to the bike then. We can just leave my one like it is.
No, your one can go on in normal configuration. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely. And we can put that chair in the car once it's on the trailer.
Yeah.
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 Easy.
Okay.
All right.
See ya.
Good job.
All right.
All right, darling.
Bye.
Bye.
An Irishman was flustered not being able to find a parking space in a large mall's parking lot. Lord, he prayed, I can't stand this. If you open a space up for me, I swear I'll give up drinking whiskey, and I promise to go to church every Sunday. Suddenly the clouds parted, and the sun shone on an empty parking spot. Without hesitation, the man said, "Never mind, I've just found one."
Man, that water is really flat. Look at that. Oh, did you hear about the Irishman? Now, this is not a dig at the Irish, it's just a good joke. Did you hear about the Irishman? He was a water skier, and he spent his entire life looking for a sloping lake. Yes, I know. My dad told me that one.
An Englishman, a Scotsman, an Irishman, and a Welshman were travelling in an aircraft, I shouldn't be saying this, should I, that went out of control and was about to crash. Quite apt, in fact. To their dismay, they discovered that there were only 3 parachutes on the plane. The Scotsman argued that he ought to have one, since he was a very important businessman, whose death would result in the collapse of the stock market. The Welshman handed him over the first parachute, and he bailed out. Next, the Irishman argued that he should be given a parachute. He was an important politician, upon whom all hope of peace in Ireland rested. The Irishman silently put on the straps over his shoulders, and he jumped out after the Scotsman. The Welshman now turned to the Englishman and handed him a parachute, the final parachute. "Here you are," he said cheerfully. The Englishman looked amazed. But what about you? Amazed at this Welshman's unflinched heroism. Well, the Welshman looked up and smiled and said, "Oh, I'll be all right. The Irishman took my rucksack."
Well, it looks like we found the twisties. Devil's Staircase Lookout. So see if you can spot Devil's Staircase over on the left. I'm guessing it's on the other side of the lake. So you'll only get a glimpse. There's the lookout. Wow. Twisty road.
Okay, this time it's just an Englishman and a Scotsman. They both go into a pastry shop. The Englishman whisks 3 cookies into his pocket with lightning speed. The baker doesn't notice. The Englishman says to the Scotsman once they get out the shop, "You see how clever we are? You'll never beat that." The Scotsman says to the Englishman, "Watch this. A Scotsman is always cleverer than an Englishman." He says to the baker, "Give me a cookie. I can show you a magic trick." The baker gives him a cookie, which the Scotsman promptly eats. Then he says to the baker, "Give me another cookie for my magic trick." The baker is getting suspicious, but he gives it to him. He eats this one too. Then he says again, "Give me one more cookie." The baker is getting angry now, but gives him one more anyway. The Scotsman eats this one too. Now the baker is really mad, and he yells, "And where is your famous magic trick?" The Scotsman says, "Look in the Englishman's pocket."
Now they built a new bridge here about a year ago it opened. The old bridge was a single lane with traffic lights, and it was a pretty rickety old bridge, to be honest. I think it's still there. You might get a glimpse of it as we go over the new one. It's over on your left-hand side. You might be able to see it. There you go, look, it's got like a white railing. Change. Right, now we've used a quarter of a tank of fuel already to get to Queenstown from when I filled up wherever it was at Gore early this morning, so we're going to head to the petrol station, brim the tank again because we've got a very long way to go this afternoon, and then we'll go and pick up the Charlie Chalk and the infamous Suzuki Alto. Right, somewhere down here there is a BP station just at the end of this road, and on our right is the airport that I regularly fly into. In actual fact, there we go. I'll be flying down here. No, I'll fly into Dunedin and fly out of Queenstown, so I'll be back here again on Friday of next week. How bizarre is that? Some might say that I like the South Island. Straight ahead lane, there's that. That's the one. There's the BP. Go, 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 go. Mr. Boat. Jeez, what was that? Terrible driving, mister. Right, only one on there. God. Where's he going? Where's he going out? He is fantastic. We can pull in here, look.
Please proceed to the highlighted route and then the route guidance will start.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Right, the tank is brimmed again. Let's go. This is always a hell of a roundabout to get out of. We're going. Good job, Mr. Young. Okay. 6.2 clicks, 10 minutes. We should be there. I've only ever once driven to Queenstown from Auckland, and that was a very long way. We set up on a Thursday morning and we were in Queenstown by Friday evening. Yes, it involved 3 hours sleep. I was knackered, absolutely knackered.
Okay, 6 Irishmen were playing poker when one of them played a bad hand and died. The rest drew straws to see who would tell his wife. One man draws the shortest straw and goes to his friend's house to tell the wife. The man says to her, "Your husband lost some money in a poker game and is afraid to come home." The wife says, "Tell him to drop dead." The man responds, "I'll go and tell him."
Holy moly! Poor little trailer. Oh. Jeez. That was fun. You know, I was unloading at 11 o'clock last night in Balclutha. Got to the hotel, right, rang the hotel, no answer.
Did you guys just go in here?
Right, banged on the door
Yeah.
at the hotel I was booked in at,
Yeah.
no answer.
No.
Scraped the dirt off the windows, peered inside the reception. Nobody on reception, they'd all gone home.
But then you were coming.
Yeah, I was booked in and paid for and everything.
Yeah. So what did you do?
I stayed at the people on the place that I dropped the vehicle off at.
Their house?
Yeah, we had rum. What was it rum? Port.
Sweet stuff.
Yeah, it was good.
But you have to. Did you call and say that you're having a late check-in? Well then, I just fell out of your car. I missed the step.
Donkey.
The dog's called Patron.
I hope you've prepared lots of jokes for the trip.
Nah, we've got the Harry Potter audiobooks
On a CD.
on Adam's phone.
Oh, we can Bluetooth it to the thingy, can't we?
Yeah. Do you have Bluetooth?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. I just drive.
Do you have hands-free?
Are you guys doing these tails or not?
Adam.
Yeah, I was,
I can't sit up for them over there. You've got plenty of time. haven't you? Ooh. Hang on a minute.
Okay, your bike, Adam.
Yeah, don't forget that. Right, it's not going to fall off at that. Better not anyway. Right, let's get the truck packed up.
Do you have his key?
Oh, don't forget the front wheel. That'll get out there, won't it? Plus that.
And his key?
No.
Is it?
Hey, what's this?
I haven't done that yet.
Jeez. Okay, I'll
Can I
open
lock
it.
it?
Sorry, hold it. You've got what?
You know, like on a boat?
Yes?
Had names. You should finish his name at the boat.
Yes. And you also need to put your driver and passenger blood group on the side. You know, like B positive, whatever it is. Just in case you have that big crash where they need to give you blood and stuff.
I'll go fast enough.
Right, tails. Jeez, will it stay on? Right, let's put it here. Oh, too easy. Right, we are all loaded up and ready to rock. We've got to get up to Nelson, which is about 12 hours drive from here, about 805 kilometres, so the car tells me. I haven't quite planned the route, and there's a couple of different ways that you can go. One of them has a lot of switchbacks in it, which would be really cool to go and drive. I'm not sure if we'll get up because it might be snowy and trailers might be banned. So we need to do a bit of research first before we go, because I don't want to have to backtrack and come back and go around because we just won't have time for that. Anyway, little Henry is on the trailer. He's all loaded up. He's got loads of belongings inside. There's not a lot of room in the cab, and the back of the truck is also full to the brim. We've got a bicycle under there. And I'm just copying some files from the dash cam, and as soon as that's done, we can get on the road. Catch you later. Right, so where are we going, Chalky? Queenstown. We're going to go up the switchbacks through Cadrona. There, look. Okay. So many wires and gadgets and stuff going on. It's ridiculous. You know, whatever you have to do. It's not often you get to do a 3,500 kilometre round trip to collect your daughter, is it? Queenstown. It's so picturesque here, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And in 2 kilometres we start the climb.
Yeah, it's that road, yeah.
That's the one. Probably get told off by many policemen going up there with a trailer. So where we're going is over there, isn't it? It's those switchbacks.
Yeah. Yeah, there's these, and then you get further into the mountains and there's more.
Cool. The other road's closed, Charlotte. We have to go that way. It's the only way to get home. Right, so we're left here, aren't we?
Yep.
Now you got to look out for any signs that say no trailers. If you see a sign saying no trailers, we'll have to come back.
I see one.
Huh? Where? Where? No, it says scenic route. Well, we want a scenic route, so that's what we're doing. We haven't got a trailer on, have we?
It just says max length, including trailer, 12.5 meters.
So it says including trailer?
Yeah,
so we're allowed trailers?
Yeah.
Not recommended for towing! Yes! That's what we need, isn't it? Perfect. I read that as challenge. Do you? Do you read that as challenge? What are you being stressed about? This is great!
None of it's your fault, man.
Charlie, do you remember when we drove through Europe with this trailer on behind the fun bus? Yeah, the fun bus. The fun bus. But it had more weight than this on. We did roads a lot worse than this in the fun bus. Remember that one that we nearly slid down backwards with all the ice and we had to use the winch? Look at 15, this will be interesting. Right. Okay, are you holding on? Because we're going to go around a really tight corner. I can't, I need to keep momentum. Look at that, what a powerful machine. This is actually a really good road test for the Ford Ranger. And Eiffel Williams trailers, 3,500 Ks in 3.5 days. It's pretty good going. Okay. Right, another one, Chalky. Hold on, we're going around the corner. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Power on, power on, power on. There we go. What the hell? What a machine! Yeah, 4.2 straight six. Oh my god, speed up, person.
Yeah, you get a lot of rent-a-car tourists.
Yes. Oh, there's not, this is brilliant. There's nothing clear, there's no ice or snow. Alright, Chalky.
Jump the window down, Joey. Not this one.
Come on, do you? We'll stop whenever you want. Is it better with the windows up? Yeah, down, down. Just go around this corner. Window down. There you go, how's that? ride to Queenstown properly now. I wouldn't have seen that view without ever been. Come on a jockey.
Does the trailer cut the corner much?
Nah, not at all, because it's actually it's not as wide as the truck as well, so it's stepped in a little bit. So no, it's actually a very good little trailer.
Yeah.
It's just big enough to do the job, but it's really strong. So you're not, it's nice and light, but it weighs about 600 kgs empty. So that was so easy, was that, wasn't it? But I think there's some more, isn't there? So,
Yeah. You can basically go out like this.
the big bit.
Yeah. That's when you're driving, so that's what you usually do.
I
Like,
just go to sleep.
radio.
I find it a lot easier to do it with a little snooze. It's pretty good. Yeah, just turn up. It's fantastic. I've done a lot of driving over the years. I used to, when I finished my A-levels, during the summer holidays, when I was at college, I used to do what's called dealer transfer. My dad had a Nissan dealership, and then it was Renault. Say if we had a blue Renault 19 with a sunroof or something, and the customer wanted a red one, then we'd find a dealer in England that would have the model that the customer wanted, and then we would take our blue one and swap it for the red one. And sometimes you got to pay a bit of money as well, just as a sweet deal. But it meant we could get the vehicle straight away within a couple of days, get the deal done. Yeah. So I'd spend most of my week driving all over England with a big ass car trailer behind a ute, collecting these vehicles for my dad. And I used to get paid per mile, so I did really well out of it. It was good. I could earn as much in the summer than what a student would normally earn all year. I remember he sent me down to Devon to go and pick up a van, a Renault Master van for the army. They'd ordered it as like a minibus, so the local dealer had supplied it to this coachworks company to fit seats and stuff in it. And I wasn't told, but it was what we call a Renault Master, long and high, which meant it had a high roof and it was long wheelbase. And Dad just said, "Oh, I'm just going to pick it up. It's ready for collection. Can you go and get it?" And it was sold to the barracks in York. So I got it all the way down there. I think I took my little brother Ollie with me. It was a long drive. Got down there. I think we stayed over somewhere, and then got to this coachworks company early in the morning to collect it. And the guy drives it up out of the workshop out to where the trailer's parked. And he looks at the trailer, and he looks at the van, and he looks at me, and just sort of this little smirk came out of the corner of his mouth, and I'm like, shit, it's not going to fit on the trailer. It's too long. So I thought, well, up for a challenge as always, I'll give it a go. So I put the ramps down on the trailer and started driving this van up. They're pretty big, they're like a big ambulance, it's an ambulance size vehicle. And it just fit width-wise going up the ramps. But as the front wheels were getting to the top of the ramps, the back of the pickup came off the ground, the trailer hold tipped up, and it lifted the pickup up, and I'm like, what's never happened before? That's a new one, okay. But then as I kept going forwards, then of course the weight changed and the pickup came back down again. And I had to get Ollie to put his foot on the brake while I was loading up, because as soon as the wheels of the pickup came off the ground, the whole thing started moving around. Because the van was rear wheel drive. So then he just started pushing the whole thing across the car park. So then Ollie put his foot on the brake. And then I got it loaded up all the way to the front of the trailer, as far as it would go. And then got out to have a look. And of course, the rear wheels were still on the ramps. They weren't on the trailer. So I'm like, oh man, I've come all this way and I can't get it on the trailer. But I had a close look at the van, and there was a lot of front bumper. The front bumper's big plastic bumper was, I could have gained an extra foot if it hadn't got the bumper on it. was like, I could see him in the workshop. He kept looking out, going, you know, he's never going to get it on. He's never going to get it on. And then obviously he started to realise that actually it's on the trailer. And I was stripping it down and stuff. And then we set off. We worked our way through the town and got going down the ramp onto the motorway to head home. And is that snow on the road? I think it is, isn't it? It's snow or grit?
Well, I think this is great.
That's alright. Anyway, so we set off down this ramp, picking up speed. Because all the way through the town we'd been going like 30 mile an hour, pretty slow. But I wanted to get up to 70 mile an hour on the motorway, you know, just cruising speed. And we're going down the ramp, and we got to 45 miles an hour. And the whole truck started swaying from side to side. So I had to back off to 40 mile an hour, and I drove from somewhere in Devon, wherever the hell it was. It wasn't quite as far as Picton, but it was a fair way. All the way back to York at 40 miles an hour. And it took me. I think I got home about 3 in the morning. I was absolutely knackered from that trip. And of course, I was running way overweight. The trailer wasn't built to carry that weight of vehicle. The pickup truck wasn't rated to tow that much weight. And here I was driving up the main motorway in England, the M1, at 40 mile an hour, and I never got pulled up. I couldn't believe it. I was just waiting to get pulled up by the cops. I made it all the way. The one thing we did do is we lost the light board, because there was a little light board that normally clipped into the trailer. And of course, because the van was too long, I couldn't use the normal mounts, which had little locking screws on them. So we had to like use some rope on the back of the van to. I didn't want to scratch the van, so you know, I was trying to do it best I could. Anyway, at some point during the night, the light board must have fallen off and got dragged behind, and then the wire finally wore through it. Our light board was basically somewhere on the motorway. The truck probably hit at some point.
So you had no lights in the back?
So I had no lights in the back either, which I didn't even know about.
Yeah.
I could have put the lights on the van, I suppose, but I didn't know they'd fallen off, so it was quite interesting. This is a pretty good little road, this. You alright, Chucky?
Come on the front. Yeah, so we drove this in Henry.
Oh, you came up here in Henry? Cool.
And like, we decided to go to Monica.
I hate Monica. You know why I hate Monica? When I came to New Zealand, it wasn't on honeymoon, it was like that trip we had with Maria, Chalky, remember? We went to a place called the Maze place. So we did the Maze in Monica. And we pulled out onto the road, turned left to go like 100 metres to get some Patron. And police pulled me up.
Alright.
He pulled me up for speeding. I was doing 61 in a 50 zone and not wearing a seatbelt, which, fair enough, fair cop. And he gave me $120 fine. So I don't call him Monica, I call him Wank. After the policeman. Sit on the wall to have our lunch, right? And the wall's probably 2 foot wide, maybe 2.5 foot wide. And I said to Ellie, "Oh, go and sit over on that wall, Ellie. We'll sit down and have our lunch." So she jumps up onto the wall, and I'm not far behind. So I like, as she jumped up, I realised there was like a 200-foot drop on the other side of the wall, all the way down to the rocks. And I just grabbed her arm and I was like, "Holy shit!" Because it wasn't smooth; it was like old boulders and shit. And if she jumped up and tripped over the side, no more any splat.
We just have little faith in Ellie.
But she didn't know it was a drop. She just thought it was a little 2-foot wall, you know, around the square. Jump up like a little puppy, sit on the wall. And then when she jumped up, she was sort of startled by the fact there was nothingness. So she sort of swayed a bit, and I grabbed her arm. I could have for a try any one of those. That'd be good.
What do you need it for?
Well, why not? Put it in the front garden.
No.
In the morning, start it up.
Poor money.
You know, you could do that.
You don't have big enough real estate for stuff like that, Daddy.
Oh, Oh, the garden's quite big.
No, the garden is a garden.
Waterfalls, right?
Oh, that's nice. Is that the gates of Hast?
That was the gates of Hast, but somewhere on this road there is a bridge that shares a railway line. I remember it because we nearly died again. I'm sure it's on this road.
Look at these trees, all this like covered in that green stuff.
Moss.
It's cool.
It's a sign of very good clean air
Yeah.
when you
Hey,
get
like
mossy stuff growing.
It's like it.
Yes,
You can eat it, you know.
you can eat it.
Anyone can eat it.
I'm happy not to eat it. I could maybe eat a sausage.
It's supposed to be really good for you.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Moss?
It's not moss, it's
If
like
it was that good, people would be sat there on the bus chewing moss, wouldn't they?
one chef uses it in a country I forget the name of. And they
What,
use it
Ethiopia?
in their No, it's somewhere real cold. And yeah, they go and have like lichen in there. They pick it. Water's so blue. Look clear.
It's glacial water, isn't it? All around here.
So cold.
Hey, do you know how far the Fox Glacier has receded now?
Too.
Do you remember when we went there and walked up to Fox Glacier? There's some
Yeah.
pictures of you lot.
I don't know.
I mean, it was about a 15-minute walk from the car park to the start of the glacier. Well, now if you look on Google Earth, you see how far back the glacier is. It's like about an hour's walk from the car park.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's horrendous.
It just means there's going to be like another ice age.
Well, eventually. Another bridge. I've been over so many bridges on this trip. It's very cool. I do like all the old iron bridges, steel bridges. I'm not so keen on the wooden bridges.
Stopped in there, Charlie.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was raining. Yeah, now I remember it. Yeah. It was like hardcore.
This was the day that we just decided to get down there.
Okay. Joke for Saturday. A Scotsman, an Englishman, and an Irishman were sitting in a pub discussing the best pubs around. The Englishman says, "Hey, you know, there's a pub in the West Midlands where the landlord buys you a drink for every one that you buy." The Scotsman is not impressed, and he says that's nothing. In the Highlands, every time you buy a drink, the landlord buys you 5. At this point, the Englishman, he's fairly impressed. The Irishman, completely unimpressed by what's been said, says that's nothing. In Dublin, there's a pub where the landlord buys you drinks all night. And then, when the bar closes, he takes you into his room and makes love to you. The Scots and the Englishman are well impressed and asks if the Irishman goes there a lot. He replies, "No, but my sister told me all about it." Okay, there's 2 Irishmen at the side of the road digging a hole. A passerby watched 2 Irishmen in the park. One was digging holes and the other was immediately filling them in again. "Tell me," said the passerby, "what on earth are you doing?" "Well," said the digger, "usually there's 3 of us. I dig, Fergal plants a tree, and Sean fills in the hole. Today, Fergal's away unwell, but that doesn't mean that Sean and I have to take the day off, does it?"
the train.
There. That's the cafe. Never go to that cafe, Charlotte. Jackson's Bay Scenic Drive. There's the petrol station we bought petrol from.
Isn't that the motel?
That was the motel we stayed at, and that's the bloody cafe. Never again.
Isn't that very busy?
Good. No wonder, really. Fox Glacier, 118.
This is never going down, this number.
Oh, big bridge. Look at this. This is a big ass bridge.
No train.
Nope, no train on this one.
Oh, I remember this bridge.
Look at that. That's massive. Look at the size of the bridge for the little tiny stream.
Well, because it fills up in the winter.
No,
I mean, the summer.
we can't fill it that much.
Well, the glaciers melt.
Like a little piddly stream. That's what I call. That's serious overkill, isn't it? That. Oh, mind you, look here. There's a bit more of a river here. Look, on this next bit. That's not a puddle. That's quite deep, isn't it? So little Henry's been over this bridge already, has he?
Yep. There's your rollers, roads.
Team Henry. Glacier Highway. So that's the sea, Chuck. That's the West Coast Sea.
You say like I've never seen the sea before. The sea.
You might not have seen that one, have you?
Yeah, we came down here.
Maybe you blinked. Maybe you were asleep.
No, I couldn't see them, Henry. I might have even been driving, who knows? Careful, you got your... You got my Henry.
You worry too much.
Right? Yeah, someone has to. What are you doing?
Right, I'm back. It is, oh my word. Did I put the light on? It's, you can see that or not, it's about 5:05 in the afternoon and we've still got a hell of a long way to go. We are now at Bruce Bay on the west coast of the South Island, north of Hast, and we're heading up to Fox Glacier, which is it on there? Yeah, there's Hast down here, like Hast Village. So we've done the Haast Village thing, we've trundled up here, and we've got as far as Bruce Bay, which is somewhere on there. Bruce Bay, there we are, look again. And we are heading to Fox Glacier over the page, where we're going to have some food. That should have been lunch, it's now tea. And then we've got 200 kilometres to go to get to Greymouth, and then an unknown quantity of kilometres to get to Nelson. So I've got to work that bit out. But all is going to plan. Little Henry is still on the trailer, doing very well. The trailer's all fine. We'll take a little look in a second. Those tyres, I think, are doing fantastically well. Now I thought I'd pull in for a comfort break, obviously, and because we've got these wicked waves crashing into the side of the coastline, you can hear the boom, thunder. There you go, look. Charlie Chalk. Why have you escaped from the car? There she is. Are you cold?
Oh.
You shouldn't be cold because the car's got a heater. Oh no, that's right. You've made all the heaters go really cold in the car, haven't you?
I like it when it's cold in the car.
I don't like it cold.
It keeps you awake.
Well, actually, I felt like having a snooze earlier on. Anyway, so, oh, that's not so good. Try that again. There we go. Look. Get old Henry back in shot. Right, let's take a quick look at the trailer and see how things are panning out with those tyres. Straps are all good. Check. Wheels are good. Still tight. Hope so. Oh, that is really tight. That's good. Okay, tyres. Let's have a little look before it gets dark. Now, these tyres now have done well over 2,000 kilometres on this trip alone, and probably about 4,000 kilometres since they were fitted. If not more, actually. And they're coping extremely well. There's really no appreciable wear. In fact, you can still see the little knobbles on the edges. There, look. Quite warm though. Getting hammered. Yes. The old springs are bouncing up and down big time. You can see all the paint's come off down there again. Okay, moving on. Bicycle check, still on the car, back window not broken, which is good because we're a bit concerned about that. Straps, yes, oh, still got more wheels, this is good. Fantastic. Well, Team Henry doing a good job, hang in there. What a machine. What you got?
It's a gift.
Oh, it's a polar bear rock. Look at that. Charlotte's found a polar bear rock. Well, put it in the car, in the door card or something, so I don't forget it. All right, so we need to find out, using the map, old school, how far it is. Somewhere there'll be a little matrix thing that gives us distances. Got you. Somewhere. There normally is. Bear with me, people. I'm going to find this out. This may never end up in the video. Oh God, streets. Travel times and distances, page 22 and 23. Why not use the index, Mr. Young? That'll work better, wouldn't it? Okay. (22), 23. There we go. Right. Let's have a little look. So, got Nelson down here, look. And we're looking for Greymouth. Where the hell's Greymouth? Greymouth. Alright, so Nelson to Greymouth is that yellow one there, look. Nelson. 290, not there, look. 290 kilometres. So we've got 200 from Fox Glacier to Greymouth and 290 from Greymouth to Nelson. 490, and we're still 50 kilometres away from Fox Glacier. Man, I've got a long, long way to go tonight. Damn. Okay, I'll finish this. Terrible, I know. First one of the day. No, second one. No, third one of the day, and then we'll crack on. See you back in the truck. Okay, we're gonna put in. I daren't do it, but we're gonna put it in. Nelson. Very hard to do on camera. No? I can do it. There we go. Oh, let's have one of those. See how far away it is. Okay, she's going to talk to us in a second. We've got, how far have we got to go?
Is that 17 minutes?
What? Oh, no way. Where's it taking us? That's wrong. Crap. Okay, let's try again. Right, chalk. N-E-L Nelson, New Zealand. That's the one, isn't it?
Maybe it's not getting internet, so it's just going to
Nelson, New Zealand.
Fox Glacier, and then it will find it will do against the internet.
That's more like it. Let's have a look. How far have we got to go? How far? Oh man, 6.5 hours. 527 kilometres. Holy shit. Oh well. Better hit the road.
Spying on the neighbours.
Any more?
The Dursleys had a small
I
son
know, we can just
called
wind
Dudley,
the window down and
and
then
in their opinion,
Okay.
there was no
When
finer
we go
boy anywhere.
Let's go.
The
Ha! I can turn it off for a second.
No,
I can't have that in the background while we're filming.
I don't want to be filmed. I just want to listen to Harry Potter.
You can in a minute. Hang on. Ooh, that wave went over the road. Holy shit. Right.
Window down.
Oh, they might follow us.
No, let's do those two.
Bloody sandflies on this one as well. It's cold!
So gets rid of them. Maybe it only works in Henry because it's so small.
Cold! Can it go up now? God damn! Nature's cold, isn't it?
An Englishman, an Irishman and a Scotsman. All three were very horny. Being so sexually starved, the poor guys can't afford a woman of the night. I think you know what I mean. But after a bit of a whip round between them, they found that they have enough for a deluxe blow-up doll. They're all delighted, bringing their purchase to the house that they share. The Englishman states that as he paid the most, he wants to try it out first. The guys agree, it's only fair. So off he goes, locks the door, cue 30 minutes of whooping and delight, and he comes out, hot, sweaty, and with his big grin across his face. How was it? Asked the Scotsman. Oh, amazing, says the Englishman. Right, my turn, says the Scot. Again, 30 minutes of whooping and hollering, and then out, happy smile, across the Scotsman's face. How was it? They asked. Aye, just brilliant, he answers. So now the Irishman races in, locks the door, and away he goes. Just 5 minutes pass before there's a strange noise, followed by a breaking of glass. The Englishman and the Scot look at each other, very concerned, race to the door, and bang for all they're worth. Paddy, Paddy, are you okay? They shout. He comes out a few minutes later, quite bemused. What happened? They asked. Well, he begins, scratching his head. I tried to give her a love bite. She farted in my face and flew out the window. Three guys, one Irish, one English and one Scottish, were walking along the beach one day and came across a lantern, and a genie pops out of it. I give you each one wish. That's 3 wishes in total, says the genie. The Irish guy says, I'm a fisherman. My dad's a fisherman. His dad was a fisherman. And my son will be a fisherman too. I want all of the oceans to be full of fish for all of eternity. So with a blink of an eye, the genie said, Alakazam, and the oceans were teeming with fish. The English guy was amazed. So he said, I want a wall around England, protecting her, so nothing will get in for all of eternity. Again, with a blink of an eye, the genie said, Alakazam. Poof! There was a huge wall all around England. The Scot was curious. He asks, I'm very curious. Please tell me more about this wall. The genie explains, well, it's about 150 feet high, 50 feet thick, protecting England, so that nothing can get in or out. The Scot thinks for a second, and then says, fill it with water.
So, I'll find that pub thing. It'll look like all wooden outside, like old school.
Like a log cabin?
Yeah, a bit like that, yeah.
Yes.
It wasn't that one. How many houses?
Cafe. Food center. Cafe.
I think it was that one.
It's got like a Max thing, so it looks like a bar.
That's the one that's got to find some other park. Car park on the left, that'll do. Dump it in there.
Should we lock Henry's doors then?
Yeah. That would be a very good idea. There we go. Right, I need my laptop. Turn that off. Put that on. Well, we're back in Greymouth, believe it or not. The same petrol station that I was here a couple of days ago filling up. Very late at night. Or was it the morning? I really can't remember. I think it was the morning actually. Yes, it was. It was the morning before I went to go and pick up the ROV. Now, it is getting quite late. It is. It says 20 past 10 and we still have almost 300 kilometres still to go to get to Nelson. I am knackered. Really am tired now. So it's going to be a long, slow drive and I reckon we're going to land about 2 AM. It says 3 hours on the thingy, but I reckon it's going to be more like 4 at the speed that I'm going at the moment. So this could be my last transmission on the Andy Mechanic channel. Got to take it steady, haven't I? There's a lot of K's today. Anyway, if we make it, I will touch in a bit later on. Alright crew, I'll run out. It's prime time. Fine.
An Englishman, an Irishman and a Scotsman emigrate to America during the olden days. One afternoon, they are all out hunting or trapping or whatever in Indian country when they are suddenly surrounded by whooping braves who take them prisoner and drag them back to their camp beside a mighty river. You will all be killed as we need your skins to make canoes, says the chief Indian. You may have one last wish. He turns to the Englishman. What will you have? I say, could you rustle up a pipe and some of that splendid tobacco stuff you have over here? Says the Englishman. His wish is granted. He smokes the pipe and then is immediately killed, scalped and skinned. Yuck. And you, says the chief, pointing to the Scotsman. Osh, I'll have a wee dram. In fact, make it a double. Can't do a Scottish accent. There's a flask in my sporran. The chief finally works out what the fuck he's on about and gives the Scotsman his whiskey. Then it's a whack from the tomahawk, scalped, skinned, job done. The Irishman watches in anger as his friends are killed. Then, before the chief could even ask him, he says, Begorra, hand me a fork. A fork? Asked the chief. What do you want a fork for? Just give me a feckin' fork, will you? Says the Irishman. Well, okay, if you insist, says the chief, and hands him a fork. At which the Irishman begins frantically stabbing himself all over his whole body, shouting, You'll never make me into a feckin' canoe. Texan walks into a pub in Ireland and clears his voice to the crowd of drinkers. He says, I hear you Irish are a bunch of hard drinkers. I'll give you $500 American to anybody in here who can drink 10 pints of Guinness back to back. The room is quiet and no one takes up the Texan's offer. One man leaves. 30 minutes later, the same gentleman who left shows back up and taps the Texan on the shoulder. Is your bet still on? Asks the Irishman. The Texan says yes and asks the bartender to line up 10 pints of Guinness on the bar. Immediately, the Irishman tears into all 10 of the pint glasses, drinking them all back to back. The other pub patrons cheer as the Texan sits in amazement. The Texan rightly gives the Irishman the $500 and says, If you don't mind me asking, where did you go for 30 minutes while you were gone? The Irishman replies, Oh, I had to go to the pub down the street to see if I could do it first.
Morning team, look! I got rid of the Gandalf, had a bit of a trim up this morning, couldn't sleep for some strange reason. Now we rolled into the Rutherford Hotel in the early hours of this morning, was it 3 a.m. or 2:45? I can't remember, maybe 2:45 we finally got here. 1,100 kilometres covered yesterday from about 8 a.m. till, well, the time we arrived here. But got a good night's kip and ready to hit the road again. We've actually pushed the ferry crossing back. I had a flexi purchase, which was, the original booking was 8 a.m. this morning. There wasn't a hope in hell's chance we were going to get on that ferry. We're still 2.5 hours drive with the trailer from Nelson to Picton, so we'd have had to leave here about 5. We'd have got a couple of hours kip if we were lucky. So I made a management decision and we'd push that ferry booking across to 2 p.m. today, which means we need to hit the road, leave Nelson around about 10:30 to make sure that we're there in plenty of time. Maybe we'll get a spot of lunch before we get on the ferry in Picton. Anyway, just thought I'd give you an update. Things are going swimmingly well. We're heading northbound and it's a really good feeling to be heading home. But I've enjoyed every minute of this trip, despite it being pretty hard going, to be honest. 3,500 k's in 3.5 days is pretty full on in anybody's book. But we're getting the job done. Okay, well, let's get back on the road. You get the little bastard sandfly? Look, I got a chip in my windscreen. Big rock hit it on Desert Road with a truck.
Harry Potter.
No, not yet. Jeez! 3 speed bumps. Get it? I don't want it. Kill the sandflies. I hate sand. If one bites me, I'll die. Right.
Where?
Let's go and find.
Smush it. Oh, I smushed it wrong.
Did you get it?
It's on my clothes.
Right, let's go and find some food. I think there's a nice place down here somewhere. We need a combination of nice food and parking.
Do you remember the name?
No. I just remember it was in Nelson. And it was sort of this sort of area-ish.
Do you remember what it looks like?
Yeah, it's a cafe. Is that helpful?
Yeah. Is it one of the coffees?
Yeah, let's try that one. Let's try that coffee. It's either that one or that one.
There you
Good call. Good amount.
go.
Oh, and I was going to turn left, and you can't turn left. That's great. That's everything else for a reason.
You can also know what all the chickens are as
So
well.
it's there. It's shut. Oh, it's shut down. Oh no. They used to do a really nice, like, Marmite-y, toasty roll thing. Okay. Go, cyclist. Rum, rum, rum. See, if you had an engine, you could do that.
One time I turned it around, but you know I used to be on the brake.
I'm not seeing much of a cafe.
Nah, I think
Right.
my coffee was
That
fake.
Oh, Sublime. Oh, it's all boarded up. God's sake. Everywhere's going busted, Nelson, by the looks of it. Oh, there's a cafe. It says, oh, see that flag down there? Look, see my eyesight's not that bad, is it?
Yeah, I can
Down
even
there.
see the desert.
And there is parking out front. So that could be our destination point. Let's go for that. Let's just dump the truck here. Halifax Cafe. Oh, Halifax!
Last tango. Hey, you went to university in Halifax.
Right, that's probably going to be a good place to stop. Okay, let's go.
Pain's Way, 2 hour max.
Yeah, but it might be before. Oh, 10:10. Right, we've stopped for breakfast in. Oh, here we are. Look, those from England will like this. It's the Halifax Cafe. Fantastic. Okay, so while Charlotte's getting breakfast, let's have a quick look around the trailer. Now, I am going from memory. I'm sure viewers will be able to remember better than I am. I'm pretty knackered at the moment. The tyres, these replacement tyres, which are, let's have a little look, what they called. Oh, these are that's right, Ostu Lanhams. They've done about 3,000 Ks before this trip. And we've done about 2,500 Ks now. So they've done about 5,500 kilometres, which is more than those second set of King's tyres have even survived. So let's take a quick look and see how they're getting on. Here we go. Right, quick check. Now these have been on many mountain passes, especially last night we were sending it on a bit in some places. And I think, looking at that, they're actually doing really well. There's no cracks evident between the treads by the looks of it. Little side shot, oh, cigarette. Little side shot there, look. So I think we're just fine. Yes. And they're hardly worn. So much better than those crappy King's tyres. Right. Oh, look at that. It's a bit arty, isn't it? Here we are, look, here we go. I've ordered my bacon butty and latte, so we'll be having that. And as soon as it's done, we'll probably use up our free parking. We're going to hit the road and head over to Picton. And I think we'll take the twisty road. It's more fun that way, isn't it? And you'll get a nice view of the coastline. It's really scenic down there. Okay, Chalky, we need to program where we're going again, don't we? So... I know, but then I've got to keep it in frame. I'm terrible. So it's put in Ferry Picton. no, it's not a QWERTY. Bluebridge, there. That'll do. Start. We good? Right, how far have we got to go? 108 kilometres. Holy shit. 2 hours. Bugger. Right, let's do this.
And
I was just talking about dogs escaping.
yeah, and
then you started talking about death.
No, how about Ben nearly killed the dogs with a big rock? And then that made me think of the big rock he killed a chicken with on accident. Those chickens were out for blood, though. They were evil chickens. Our fresh chickens were so nice when I was little, you know?
Tasty?
No, they were nice, like, you know, I used to go and talk to them.
Yes.
They were cool.
You used to go and feed them a lot. I remember, it was nice.
Yeah, I liked the chickens. But
Yeah,
then the
I
other
did.
chickens we had were evil.
Were they?
Yes. They bit Ben's finger, and every time you go in there, they're like attack you.
Oh, maybe they were just hungry.
So? I'm not food.
Right, down here and turn right. A tourist walks into a pub in Galloway and reads a sign that hangs over the bar. Free Guinness all night for the person who can pass our test. Read the sign. So, the tourist, looking a little confused, asks the barkeeper what the test is. Well, the barkeeper replies, first, you have to drink this whole gallon of protein with naga peppers soaking in the bottom. The whole thing at once, and you can't make a face while doing it. Second, there's a brown bear out the back with a sore tooth. You have to remove it with your bare hands. And third, there's a woman upstairs who's never had an orgasm. You got to make things right for her. The tourist looks incredulous and says, as much as I would love free Guinness, I won't do it. You have to be nuts to drink a gallon of peppered protein, and then it just gets crazier from there. Just sell me a shot of Jameson's. The hours pass and the tourist downs shot after shot, growing more self-assured and stupefied all the while. Finally he asks the barkeeper, where's the protein? Obviously he's a little bit drunk by now. The tourist grabs the gallon of protein with both hands and downs it with a big slurp and tears streaming down his face. Hang on, computer's done something strange. Right. Okay. Then he staggers out back, and soon all the people inside the bar hear a horrible ruckus, roaring, crashing about, and screaming. And then there's silence. The man staggers back into the bar, his shirt ripped, and big bleeding scratches all over his body. He finds the barkeeper and asks, now where's that woman with the sore tooth? Dick. My God, what happened to you? The bartender asked Kelly as he hobbled in on a crutch, one arm in a cast. I got into a tiff with Riley. Riley? He's just a wee fellow, the bartender said, surprised. He must have had something in his hand. That he did, Kelly said. A shovel it was. Dear Lord, didn't you have anything in your hand? Aye, that I did. Mrs. Riley's left breast, Kelly said, and a beautiful thing it was, but not so much use in a fight. this one.
This is random. Oh yeah, see Queen Charlotte Drive. What a memory I've got.
Queen Charlotte Drive.
We literally looked at it the other day.
It's very scenic.
Very twisty.
An Englishman, an Irishman and a Scotsman were caught by partisans of a downtrodden Arab Sikh who decided that they must be shot. The three remembered that the partisans were scared to death of natural disasters and that it might be possible to escape. The Englishman was taken out to be shot and suddenly looked to the left and he yelled, "Flood!" There was instant chaos and the Englishman managed to escape. Once order had been restored, the Scotsman was then taken out to be shot. He suddenly looked to the right and he yelled, "Sandstorm!" And again there was chaos and the Scotsman escaped. Now it was a turn for the Irishman to be shot. He was taken out, roped to the pole, and he looked straight ahead at the troops and he yelled, "Fire!"
There's this chap in the pub and he's ordered his pint and he gets talking to this Irishman, always an Irishman, at the bar, and he's a diver and he has a really interesting story. Him and his Irish work colleagues, they dived down to the Titanic, obviously in a submarine because it's too far down. They dived down to the Titanic and they were absolutely amazed and shocked that they found that the swimming pools on the Titanic were still full. Well, we made it! Wasn't that an excellent bit of driving down there? It was good fun. I always love that bit. And I'm really pleased that we managed to fit it in. We've got 10 minutes. You see that? All right, 10 minutes to spare before the deadline of checking in for this ferry back to Wellington. It's 10 to 1 and 1 o'clock is the deadline with a 2 o'clock sailing. So there you go. I better move down and I'll see you on the ship. Goodbye, South Island. Oh, we're nearly there. Almost gonna check in. I really wasn't too sure if we're gonna make this ferry or not, to be perfectly honest, but we did. Now Charlie's gone off with Adam to get a couple of foot passenger tickets because we didn't want to get those purchased until we really knew exactly which ferry we were going to be on. Man, I recognise this lady. She was here last time I came. That was a long time ago. Good afternoon. How are you?
Hello.
Andrew Young. 1 car, 1 trailer. We moved it from the 8 AM to the 2 PM crossing.
Okay.
We
So does the vehicle have a battery connected in it?
on the trailer?
The car, yeah.
Yes, it does.
So it runs?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
only put on the trailer this morning. Yeah.
Alright, that's alright. But it's not busy like it is in summer. There you go. Have a good trip.
Fantastic.
Just pop round to Paula. She'll show you where to park.
Cool.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Lane 1 on the starting grid. It's fantastic. Well, we've got a little bit of a wait, probably about half an hour before we board. And we've got our boarding passes now. That's for the car, that's for the trailer, and that's for me. So Charlotte's gone to go and get 2 of these. 1 for Adam, 1 for herself. Okay, well I'm going to sign off and we'll start the cameras up when we enter the big ferry ship thing because it'll be quite cool to see. I love seeing all the steel work and everything as you're driving on and the noise and the echoes and things. It's pretty cool. We're not too far from Wellington Harbour, about another half an hour's sailing and then we should be disembarking. And the first thing to do is to find BP and fuel up. And then we're going to hit the road. We've got about another 5.5, maybe even 6 hours of drive time to get home. That's going to run us until about midnight when we land. So when we get back in the truck, obviously I'll turn on the dash cam again and we'll get a bit more footage. It's not so bad right now. But yeah, there'll be a lot of footage until we get back. Until when I get home, so we'll do a sign off in the morning in the workshop. I really enjoy the trip back, and we're going to be coming out of Picton, which is just off the map here, and I really like these kind of maps, and we're going to be making our way up through all the little islands down this really long passage coming out of New Zealand, South Island, all the way up here. This is so cool. The really long dots are where there are big waves, by the way. And we come round here. And we sort of do a bit of a wiggle because they make use of the currents when they come through here. And we're going to head down. Any shipping people out there are going to be laughing their heads off at this, but this is about sort of what happens, really. And we're going to make our way into Wellington Harbour. Oh, misfire. Through the little gap. This is not easy. Not with the ship rocking around. And somewhere around here we dock. And then we're in Wellington. And then all we need to do is head that way for about 6 hours. Awesome. Right, time to get some sleep. Now then, crew, we're back. We made it home last night at 1:45 a.m. So 12:45 a.m. it was. Long drive. It wasn't that bad. I thought it was going to be worse, but we did make it back okay. No problems at all with the trailer, the car, the truck, whatever. It all worked absolutely brilliantly. And rough calculations, it was just shy of 3,200 kilometers in 4 days. Sunday, 5 a.m. start. Monday, Tuesday, back very, very late. Wednesday night, stroke early Thursday morning. But Charlotte's here, all her stuff, the car, mission successful, and we got to see some absolutely incredible sights and scenery down in the South Island. One-off mission, and I'm really pleased that I took advantage of that. But the downside is, it is now Thursday morning. I've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 4 days to get everything done that I wanted to get done in, what, I don't know, more days? 9 days. Yes, I would have had 9 days, so it's going to be pretty full on. Okay, crew, well, hopefully you've enjoyed this series, and it will, no doubt it's going to be a series. There is, I looked on the hard drive, there's 240 gigs, that's gigabytes of rushes from the 3 cameras. That's my phone, the dash cam, man, that thing churns out the files big time. And of course there was some pretty cool GoPro footage, and I especially liked the bit where I put the GoPro on the car on the trailer when we were driving Queen Charlotte's Drive, the last section of the South Island that we did. Great fun through there, and yeah, came out. I think the shots came out pretty well. So I hope you enjoyed this series. It's going to have involved a hell of a lot of editing time, but fingers crossed, I did a good job for you. So if you ever did, give us a thumbs up. Now, if you enjoyed this this video and all of the others, together with the technical and the mechanical content videos on the channel, why not click on the subscribe button? You'll see a little gear icon turn up. Click on the gear icon, and then you can tick the box and turn on notifications. If you're on a smart device, just ring the bell, and that way our friends at YouTube will send you an email as and when I upload any new videos. You'll also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Feel free to communicate through any of those portals. Plus, of course, you can email me. My email address is down the bottom of the description, which is andymechanic@live.co.uk. I will try and get back to you. Can't guarantee it. If you want to send some stuff through, I haven't done a mail call for ages. I haven't checked the mailbox for ages. It's a PO box up in Auckland. Send it through, and guaranteed you will get a mention in the next mail call video if your parcels arrive by then. What else? Oh yes, there's a Patreon page, so you can actually become a patron to the Andy Mechanic channel. There's a few people that have done that, and their assistance, their pledge is very much appreciated. Things like putting these big steelwork beams in the workshop so I can get rid of the centre wall. That would not be possible really without the patrons' help. It costs about 1,200 New Zealand dollars per beam, and there's going to be 4 of them. So it is quite an expensive job, but it's going to turn this workshop into a great workshop stroke studio to bring you many more videos for many, many years to come. I expect this Andy Mechanic, our plan for this channel to continue well into retirement, so the next 10, 15, 20 years. It's a huge on-take of work, but I thoroughly enjoy every single one, and of course reading your comments. So that brings us to about the end. See you next time, chaps. Over and out. And we get the flip up again. Oh!